Good morning, Azeroth. Good morning, Azeroth. This is Neall, your friendly warrior tank from Medivh, and I help people earn achievements. This is Good Morning Azeroth, Neall's attempt to bring you the news from all around the world of Warcraft for Tuesday, the 8th of November, 2016. It's election day here in the United States. Go vote your conscience. Top stories today, BlizzCon. BlizzCon happened over the weekend, and if you watched any of the coverage, I'm sure you felt like me, a little like drinking from a fire hose. A lot of information coming out of BlizzCon this year. It was great to watch. I had a virtual ticket and watched the Arena Championships. I watched Overwatch quarterfinals, semifinals, championships. I watched a lot of the Warcraft panels. Watched some of the other panels. I haven't gone through and finished watching it all. In fact, I watched some of the things a couple times because there was just so much information coming out. So today's program, I'm going to try to bring you a little bit of the news of what's coming in the near future. So first, I'm going to talk today about patch 7.1.5. 7.1.5. Now, as you know, today we are in the second week of patch 7.1, and the Trial of Valor raid has opened up today. The thing that they didn't talk about in the panel in relationship to 7.1.5 is the Nighthold. There's a Nighthold raid that we know is on the horizon. It is where we go and kill Gul'dan. At least he's on the boss list. We are not sure, I am not sure, if Nighthold is part of 7.1.5 or is before 7.1.5 or somewhere else. My guess is that it would be with 7.1.5, but they did not say. So that's the only thing I'm going to put out there at the start is Nighthold is coming. It might be with 7.1.5. It might be sooner than that. Lord have mercy, there's so much to do. I would hope not sooner. They started out the panel about what's next with Legion, talking about their philosophy for patches and what they'd like to do going forward, because they sure as heck haven't done this in the past. They said their key is delivering a steady stream of content. That means a lot of content, but making sure that it's paced appropriately. They don't want you to feel overwhelmed or like you're falling behind. Trying to balance the two is important to them. Personally, I feel overwhelmed and like I'm falling behind, but maybe most players don't feel like me. I think they do. I felt like 7.1.5 should not come out before Christmas. Of course, it came out before Halloween. I thought it was a little early. They want things that change in, they don't want to just change things in patches, but a dynamic, evolving, living world. Previously, patches really anchored things like raid tiers, so they've tried big patches, small patches, and want to experiment with medium-sized patches, 7.1 being a good example of what they think will be a medium-sized patch, which I guess is why they're calling it 7.1.5 and not 7.2. So they say it will be the first small patch. What does it look like? New systems, new rewards, evergreen content, things that are going into the future of WoW. We know we usually make you wait, but we think that quality is quality. We don't want you to wait. For example, if they want a small patch to have 4 things, but if only 3 are ready, they can just not include the 4th in the patch. Previously, they would wait until the 4th one was ready. I guess they're talking about having things in buckets, and this may or may not all be in 7.1.5. If it's not ready, it won't be included. But as of today, as they're thinking about it, they think these things will be what's in your 7.1.5 patch. First off, Mist of Pandaria Time Walking Dungeon. So right now we have time walking, I think, in Outlands and Northrend and Cataclysm. So there are 3 time walking dungeon events, Outlands, Northrend, Cataclysm, and now they're going to introduce time walking dungeons from Mist of Pandaria. They don't think they would be adding warlords to that now. They think they're going to stay sort of 2 expansions behind on the time walking dungeons. They just don't think people are that interested in going back to warlords right now. Next up, Brawlers Guild is coming back. Brawlers Guild is coming back. You know, Brawlers Guild stopped at the pre-patch for Legion. They've been on a break and will be coming back in 7.1.5. They say there will be dozens of new bosses in addition to the old ones. Great fun for the encounter designers. There will be a new type of battle in the Brawlers Guild where if there are lots of people waiting around for a guild, they could spawn a raid boss where everyone in queue for a brawl would be grabbed and thrown into the arena for a raid level boss. Multiplayer raid content in the Brawlers Guild. That seems interesting. They also liked how people were helping each other in Brawlers Guild, the social aspect of Brawlers Guild, people giving out strats and buffs and grouping up and those kinds of things. So they're going to introduce a new currency there, Brawlers Gold, that you spend for shared items at the Brawlers Guild, like spawning a graveyard right there next to the arena, so you don't have to run back and zone back into the Brawlers area. Also a guy that will let you sort of bet on who's going to win the next brawl. Interesting things there. So Brawlers is coming back. Obviously new shirts to win. If you haven't done Brawlers before, they have lots and lots of shirts. Every time you beat a boss, you get a shirt or are eligible to pick up a shirt. They also have a new mount that you can pick up, the Rock Spine Basilisk. I think there was some question about this mount and how it was connected to the game. They had data mined the mount but didn't know where it was coming from, and now we know it's coming from Brawlers Guild. They also talked about micro holidays. Micro holidays are like holidays, but they're smaller. Instead of 2-week holidays where you do things for achievements and mounts and pets and all kinds of things, it's basically a day-long holiday that has some special stuff in it. No pets, no mounts, no achievements, just fun stuff to do for that one day. They gave some examples. Encourage Remembrance Day on January 22nd in Silithus. The citizens of Azeroth will remember the day the gates of AQ were first opened on the Medivh server by the guild Fury. So there'll be things like collecting all the things you needed to collect to open up the gates of AQ, and then the faction, horde, or alliance that collects and does the most things that you can do on that day will have their banner unfurled on the gates of AQ for the year. I imagine horde flags flying over AQ for the rest of my WoW playing days, just because I think there are more horde in the game than there are alliance. No achievements, no power rewards, no mount, but it's something fun and different to do. They also talked about potentially Volunteer Guard Day, where you show some respect for your Stormwind Patroller or Orgrimmar City Guard. On Volunteer Guard Day, you can salute a guard, let them take a break, and you can take over for them for a bit, patrol the city, and keep it safe. I guess there'd be some special NPCs that you could kill or take care of. On Volunteer Guard Day, hatching of the Hippogriffs Day. If you're in Feralis on this day, you can check out the one day a year that the hippogriffs hatch and fly out to sea. And then you can have another little a little buddy that would sort of hang out with you, Pepe style, not battle pet style, companion pet style. But you know, if you helped hatch him, he'd hang around for a day or for a little while, before flying off. And they also mentioned Boat Day. Like an Azeroth spring break day, just go out to the lake and get some sun on the boat, chill out with your friends. Micro holidays coming in 7.1.5. They also mentioned that the Blades Edge Arena will get some revamped art. They're not looking to change the gameplay, but looking to give the arena a new coat of paint. And the arena is going to have a built-in announcer in the form of an Ogre King. They're going to try that out and see if people like the announcer idea. If they like the announcer, they may introduce that into additional arenas in the future. So, a new Blades Edge PvP arena. Class changes. They're going to review all the data that they've collected on classes all the feedback that they've received so far in Legion and look to improve talent choices and reevaluate those things. So they may be changing out talents, things that everyone's picking. They may just bake into the class. Things that are underpicked or overpicked, they may just change how they work. So to sort of evaluate and improve the talent. So look for talent changes coming in 7.1.5. I also talked about your secondary stats. So they talked in the Q&A before BlizzCon about the disappointment at the moment is that secondary stats have become so important to gameplay that people will forego a piece of gear with an eye level upgrade if it does not have their secondary stat. I make fun of people saying it has no crit on it. It's a 15 eye level upgrade, but it has no crit, so I'm going to give it to somebody else, or I'm going to disenchant it. There are actually people who play like that. I'm not one of those people. I generally go for the eye level upgrade, but I do look for the stats when I'm evaluating things that are close or things that would be the same eye level. You certainly want to improve your stats in that case. So they want to change that, so they will be narrowing the gap between the most important secondary stat and the least important secondary stat, and try to make those drops, all the drops important, not just the ones with your secondary stat. Lastly, they've heard some feedback about the flow of rotations, so they are looking to make pure mechanical improvements to make playing your class smoother and more pleasant. They're looking at adding and returning utility. For example, all hunters would be getting their traps back. Certainly the survival hunters would be the kings of traps, but they think it was wrong to take traps away from all the hunters. Also, rogues will get their shrouds of concealment back, something that they lost. They think that might be helpful as you go through these the Mythic Plus dungeons, and being able to shroud through packs of mobs that you don't want to aggro, so you can beat the timer. So the big question was, well, when will we see 7.1.5? They said, well, soon. And by soon, they mean this week. I think this week. They said as soon as we get back from BlizzCon, the PTR will have 7.1.5 up for you to begin beta testing. Or PTR testing. I guess they've already beta tested it. So 7.1 is on the horizon. Personally, I would hope again spring. They said Nighthold is coming in early 2017. I would hope if this is at the same time as 7.1.5 again, that would be better than 6 weeks. 6 weeks, I guess, would put it early 2017. Slow down, Blizzard, slow down, slow down, slow down. So things that are not coming in 7.1.5, I'll just mention the big things that are coming with 7.2. Flying is coming with 7.2. It is not coming with 7.1.5. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Tombless Sargeras, the next raid after Nighthold, is coming in patch 7.2. Not coming in 7.1.5. And then there'll be some changes to dungeons in 7.2. So at the moment, Archway, Court of Stars, the Return to Karazhan are locked to Mythic only in 7.2. They will open up heroic versions of all three of those. Archway, Court of Stars, Return to Karazhan will have heroic versions. The Karazhan one will be broken into 2 4-boss portions in 7.2. Also, Karazhan will get a Mythic Plus version, which will Again, break it into 2 portions. That is not coming with 7.2. And at the same time, all dungeons are going to get all of the gear that they drop upgraded. They're going to be retuned for the gear that most players will be having at that point. So they're going to get harder. All of the dungeons are going to get harder. All of the dungeons are going to drop better gear, starting with 7.2. That is not coming in 7.1. So those are the big things that I'll just mention today coming in 7.2 that are not coming in 7.1. So 7.1.5. So TLDR 7.1.5 is going to be on the PTR very soon. It's going to include things like Mist of Pandaria, Time Walking, Brawlers Guild coming back, new things in the Brawlers Guild, micro holidays, a revamped arena, class changes, secondary stat changes, rotation changes. Those are the things coming in 7.1.5. And again, Nighthold may be before, maybe after 7.1.5. They were not clear. If you made it to this point of the program, go ahead and like and share the video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate that. Also, we appreciate our patrons. They make this possible. For as little as $2 a month, you can become a patron and get thanked every time Neall does a program. Also, other cool rewards over there at patreon.com. The Neal's thanks to our patrons. They include Regnava, Zuki and the Random One, Neall, Adafluzi, Tendo, Mava, Carl, Lucky B, Infinitron, Darla, Shigan, Fantheria, Equins, Ucha, Marasha, Petsy, The Beer Guy, Lane Biv, Coco, Naughty Warfi, Azareya, Nosuche, Diva, Dr. Didge, Chime, Fuggle, Mystical Zelo, and Kalai. They are helping Neall, helping other people earn more achievements, and we appreciate them. Thanks to them, and thanks to you. Also, keep up with Neall. Before I get into keep up with Neall, I would just say a couple of other things about what's going on today. There are new things today. First off, I'm at the Dark Moon Fair because the Dark Moon Fair is back. The Dark Moon Fair is back, and there's a new mount to be picked up at the Dark Moon Fair. It is the Dark Water Skate. You need 500 Dark Moon Dagger Maul to exchange for your Dark Water Skate. So that's about 2 hours of fishing. I did it last night. That is back only when the Dark Moon Fair is in town. So, go to the Dark Moon Fair and do your fishing, get your Dark Moon Dagger Maul. You can also trade or sell the Dark Moon Dagger Maul, so if you want to fish up extras, you can sell them on the auction house. If you don't want to fish, you could probably pick some up on the auction house. 500 Dark Moon Dagger Maul will get you your Dark Moon Skate. Also, it's a new week, like I mentioned. Trial of Valor, Normal and Heroic is out this week, today. Mythic next week, LFR next week. Trial of Valor, a new raid. Northrend Time Walking is the bonus event for this week. So go ahead and get your Northrend Time Walking in. The Cosmoth mount is up for the next 2 weeks. So if you haven't attuned to Cosmoth yet, go ahead and attune to Cosmoth. And this is the 2-week period in North America to pick up your mount. Your world boss this week is Sharthos. Sharthos, I am not familiar with Sharthos, but we'll scroll down and see what he's like. Again, if you need guides on Trial of Valor, they've got them on Wowhead. I'm at Wowhead. I think Fat Boss also has their guides up from the PTR. So if you need some help with Trial of Valor, check out there. There's the mount that you can get from Cosmoth. You can check out the links on Wowhead on how to pick up Cosmoth. Sharthos is up. He is in Val'Sharah, Central Val'Sharah. He dropped some cool gear, some 8. Sharthos drops the Skull of Sharthos, which is combined with the Haft of the God King to create Dragon Slayers. So that looks like a hidden appearance that you can pick up for the War Swords of the Valarjar. Interesting, interesting. Northrend is up this week, and that just means time walking. There are new world quests, so now with Trial of Valor out, you can start working on the Hellerjar faction. There will be a new quest available from a Raven in Dalaran, a call to action, a threat rises, Helya's conquest. Go do those quests, and you can start dealing with Helya around the Broken Isles and picking up rep for the Hellerjar. And there's a new archaeology quest. It's that 2-week archaeology quest, Goblin Archaeology. Collect 500 archaeology fragments in one of the zones, usually. Using goblin explosives. Interesting. What once was lost rewards you the Raven Crest cache and the key of Calandris, which would gain you access to the secret side room within Blackrook Hold. Interesting. Insurrection, the next quest line for the Nightfallen folks, is available, beginning with a message from Lilith. So, a new quest line in Suramar. And like I said, the Darkmoon Fair is back. Go get your Darkwater Skate. Those are all the things that are happening today. And I wanted to touch on those. So we won't be going to the rest of the websites today. But suffice it to say, if you made it to this point in the program, like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, keep up with us, and great ways to keep up with us. We already mentioned patreon.com, the Nealls. That's where people are helping Neal help other people earn some more achievements around the World of Warcraft. We are on Twitch. We're streaming live to the internet, Twitch TV, the Nealls. When you go to the stream, throw up a follow. I'm on, not where I should be. We'll come back to Twitch. I'm also on Facebook, and I'll friend you back. I'm on Facebook, and I'll friend you back. I am Neal on Medivh on Facebook, and I'll friend you back. I'm on Twitter. I am at the Nealls on Twitter, and I'll follow you back, even if you put horsehead pictures in my stream. Twitter.com at the Nealls. I'm on OpenRaid, openraid.zergid.com. I'm an MVP there. I help people earn achievements there. This weekend, Friday afternoon, Mythic Siege of Orgrimmar. Saturday, we're doing all the Mythics. Mythic Highmaul, Mythic Blackrock Foundry, Mythic Hellfire Citadel. Sunday, Emerald Nightmare achievements, Hellfire Citadel achievements. Monday, Mythic SOO Horde side. Join a group, the Achieve More group, helping you to achieve more in the World of Warcraft at openraid.zergid.com. People like Cabas are in that group, helping you with random battlegrounds, Heroic TOT, Mythic SOO. Those can be found at openraid.zergid.com. I'm also on YouTube. My YouTube channel is youtube.com/c/Neal on Medivh. You can find all the videos there, all the achievement guides, how to do things. Coming soon, Emerald Nightmare achievement guides on the YouTube channel. And like I said, I'm streaming live to the Twitch channel, Twitch TV, the Nealls. Go to the stream, throw up a follow. Appreciate the follows. When we get to 500 followers, and we're at 479. When we get to 21 more followers, we're giving away pets and mounts. We give away pets and mounts at 100. We give away pets and mounts at 250. We will give away more pets and mounts at 500, including the Raiding with Leeches 4 pets that I've just picked up, including I have an extra the Shadowmourne mount. I have another mount, and then we usually give one away from the Blizzard store. Twitch TV, the Nealls. Links to all the other places you can keep up with me. My Facebook page, my Twitter page, my OpenRaid group, the YouTube channel, the Patreon, and the Guild. The Guild is Shattered Fates on Medivh, Shattered Fates on Exodar. If you're on Medivh or Exodar and you're looking for a guild, we're looking for you. Shattered Fates on Medivh is the Alliance Guild. Shattered Fates on Exodar is the Horde Guild. We have both, and those are connected realms. So if you're on Medivh or Exodar and you're looking for a guild, we're looking for you. Like, share, subscribe. We appreciate that, and we appreciate our patrons. They make this possible. Ragnar, Zuki, and the Random One, Neal, Adafloozy, Tender, Malva, Carl, Lucky Bee, Infinitron, Darla, Shigan, Fantheria, Equin, Ucha, Morasha, Petsy, the Beer Guy, Lean Beef, Coco, Naughty, Dwarfy, Ansaray, Anosi, JD Vod, Dr. Didge, Chai May, Fuggle, Mystical, Zelo, and Kalai. They are helping Neal, help other people earn more achievements. We appreciate them. Y'all have fun storming the castle, and remember, fire is still bad this X-Pack. Y'all have a great one.